Hello, my friends. It's Sunday evening where I am, which means it's time to chillax. And my favorite way to chillax on a Sunday evening is exploring Fairhaven and all the areas around with our intrepid heroine, Tara Wylde. And I am currently sending out a tweet and doing a Discord notification and pulling up chat. And here's chat. And now I can see chat. Water! Saluton. Hello, how are you? I have managed to put my beverage out of arm's reach, which was dumb. So I'm gonna go grab that real quick. There it is. How is the audio? Okay, I hope. We had a few audio issues that might have been actually Twitch issues last stream, which were unfortunate. Let's see. Why can I suddenly not see my chat anymore? Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. Use the force. Make the beverage come to you. Oh, that sounds lovely. Yeah, that sounds good. I would like to do that. So, as you can see, the loading screen shows the state of our farm as it currently is. We have a chicken coop and a dilapidated barn and an expanded tool shed and a new garden plot. It even shows what we are growing in our new garden plot, which I think is so charming. Water, that's the best emote combination. Well done, you win. All right, so as per usual,
I'm sleepy.
we begin our stream by going to bed because when we end our stream that way, sometimes we get hit with a very exciting cutscene in the morning. It's happened more than once. So we are having a drought, and there's something that we could do about it. So let's see what that something is. We need to craft a summon rain incantation. Oh, it lasts for 1 day. Okay. We have made some berry smoothies to bring to the grief group. We've held on to those at least all night. That's not great. And we need to check with Zephyr to see if the broomstick is ready. However, Zephyr is not in the office today. So we might just run into her around somewhere, but I don't really know where Zephyr hangs out. People who have been playing this game for a long time know these things, or they've looked them up on the wiki, which I have done very, very little looking stuff up on the wiki. Now, is that wise? Maybe not. But it has been an enjoyable way to play the game in a very relaxed fashion. Let's see here. Do we want a crystal ball potion, a cure animal sickness potion, a spirit flame potion, a levitation potion? I think so. I think we want a levitation potion. We've collected a crystal ball potion. And I think we don't want to make a miracle grow potion because, hear me out on this one. We only have 3 soil. Soil is made with weeds. Weeds don't grow very fast in a drought. So I think we need to hold on to our weeds. And we'll make a revitalizing potion instead. And let's have a look here. So there were like suddenly some spells that we knew that I was not sure how we knew. I don't remember how we acquired some of these. However, The summon rain spell is one that we need and we can make. For crying drought loud, we are supposed to bring the summon rain incantation to the common circle. That will be this evening. A sneaky strawberry must have sneaked into the blackberry smoothie I ordered the other day, so I got a bit of itchy. Oh, itchy, itchy. Almost over. Yeah, strawberries can make me itchy too, so can mangoes, but not if I just eat a little bit of it. Let's see, we're going to water here. We're being very careful about how we water. We can collect some honey. And we need to water our tomatoes. And we don't have any other fruit to collect. Let's say good morning to the kitty cat. Okay, so we recently have acquired the ability to turn into a cat. We can basically ride along with our feline friend, who is now our familiar. Late in life allergies are evil, sneaky surprises. Yeah. Okay, Kitty gave us 3 crickets. How sweet. What can we give Kitty? Milk. Kitty loves milk. That's
Aw,
not
still
looking
loving
like
that,
a bowl
aren't
of
ya?
milk, but hey, that's okay. So, exciting news. I went to start this stream and I saw that there were quite a lot of people watching this game on Twitch. And I thought, how interesting. I did not expect that. It's never that many when I start my stream. Fennel, that's an out of season thing. Grapes, that's also an out of season thing. Let's give them something. All of these things are out of season. What's in season? Let's give a treat that's in season. A pomegranate. I love pomegranates. Um, Maybe it got an update, but there were 8 different streamers before I went online streaming this game, and I was so excited to see that. We just got 2 chicken feathers. I have no idea what to do with a chicken feather. But yeah, I don't even know if I'm in the Discord for this game or I don't pay all that much attention, and I know that updates happen because I remember reading that the new clothing shop was an update. A chicken is sneaking up on us right now. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm slightly trepidatious. Maybe some sale. Maybe some sale. Yeah, oh, that's the Steam Summer Sale. It's got to be that. Oh, I just collected an egg. All right, so we have no baby chicks, but 2 grown chickens. All right, let's look around and see if there are any weeds, because if there are, I do want to go ahead and collect them. I see one. Yay. And we'll go ahead and check this area. Mushroom. 4 weeds today. That's actually a lot for any day, whether it is raining or not. Okay, that is good news. Yeah, I have not yet checked out the Steam Summer Sale. It's usually a way to get myself in real big trouble. And since I have been doing um, pretty much only uh, mobile gaming recently, I thought, well, maybe I should stay away from it this time. But today I got my laptop out. And I think I need to be careful because I wound up just super exhausted. I know that today's stream is going to be only one in-game day, and I'm sorry about that, but I just am super exhausted. It was a bit too much. Um, I got in over my head. I pushed it a bit too much. So, should we add 2? Let's add 2. two's good for now. All right, and what are we going to plant here? We have flowers to plant. Let's think big strategy here. Let's go back to look at the big picture. We can look at this big picture. We can look at that big picture. I think I'm interested in turning this garden into a flower and bee garden. Oh, and it's so good to see you, Water, even if it's just seeing your typing. And I'm so sorry I missed your last stream. Hang on, let me do a thing, because I don't know if all y'all knew, but Water is a streamer too, and I really enjoy Water's streams. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that I will not miss the next one. Let's see here. I would like to turn this area into a flower and bee garden. I think that's a reasonable thing to try to do, which means that I will not choose to plant flowers here. And right now, because of water being at a premium, I think the thing that makes the most sense is to plant fruit trees. That sounds crazy maybe, but here's the story. Flowers and fruit trees have to be watered only up to a point, and then after that they don't have to be watered anymore. Vegetables have to be watered until harvest. Spur of the moment. I love spur of the moment. I'm glad you did a spur of the moment stream. So we're going to plant some fruit trees. We have quite a lot of fruit trees here. I think I'd like to plant an olive tree first. Maybe let's plant 2 olive trees, because having oil is a very useful, olive oil, very useful. All right, good, let's water it. No watering? Don't we need to water that? Do trees not need to be watered at all? That's crazy pants. Okay, let's check and see what needs doing in here, and then we'll go down to the beach. We have silk thread. Can we make any more? We can. And can we make any more glass? I don't know what it is that we're going to be doing with glass. I'm just making glass for no reason. We can't do anything with the tanning station yet. We could make cheese or red wine. We are out of red wine, and we're out of apple cider. Well, we have plenty of grapes at the moment. Let's make some butter. And let's make some candles. And some, now we can't make cheese. Ah, shoot. We're gonna make a lot of wine then. Let's not make wine here. Let's go buy some more milk. Now, we have a sewing machine. We have one cute outfit here. We can make these outfits and we can sell them to Violet, which I think is fabulous. Make a little paper, but not a lot. And some olive oil. Oh, we can make a lot. Let's make a little grape juice. That's good. Cloth. We can make cloth from silk. Let's do it. Kind of excited about making outfits and selling them to Violet. This is kind of new for us. All right, where is, there it is. All right, I was looking for my stylus. Diabolical, hello. Saluton. We are going to the beach. Mi iros al la strando. Oh, look what we found, some seaweed. Mar legomoi, sea vegetables. What's over here? Anything? Nothing. Let's say hello to our friends here before we go down to the other beach. Thomas, good morning. How are your trees doing today? They look beautiful as always.
Were you the one who helped restore the ranch so that Pretender and designer Mock Boots could move in?
Guilty as charged.
Great. Just great.
Do we have any lemonade left? We're gonna have to. We are running out of our lemonade source here. It's falling down on the job because of water restrictions. So we're gonna have to discover what some of Thomas's other favorite things are. Let's buy a little more cotton, and let's see here. Thomas, do we even know what you like besides lemonade? Because we've been plying you with lemonade all summer so far. Cornbread, of course. I forgot. Cornbread and 3 different kinds of soup. Coraco, saluton. How are you? Can't follow water, so as I already follow them, I'm already following water as far as I can follow them. Can't follow them any farther. So glad you're doing well. I am gonna go check on this upstart rancher, Marty. Good morning.
Hey, do you think I could take some of the chicks into the onsen for a photo op?
Marty?
Absolutely not.
Is he talking about his chickens? Or no? So, guys, do you remember when we talked to Marty and Marty was like, I was trying and trying to get somewhere with Giva, and it turns out it took her hinting over and over and over again for me to figure out that she's not into guys. Guess what? I went and visited another wildflower streamer, and she said in her game, Marty was making a pass at somebody else entirely. So I am starting to wonder if this game has a crazy amount of replayability. I'm super curious, to be honest. Um, let's see. Do we want to buy another chick? Oh, so the price of a bird has to do with not only how old it is, but maybe also what, how should I say this? Not what kind of relationship you have with it, but how tame it is, maybe? It's interesting. Let's buy another chicken.
Here is your animal. Now, what would you like to call her?
Gus, dinner, feathers, or something else? What do you think, guys? Do you like any of these? Gus, dinner, or feathers? I think we already have a feathers, don't we? Let's see. We have a Beatrix and a feathers, right? Says Kurako. Imagine that just like Gus, feathers. Oh my goodness, my audio just disconnected and reconnected, so I'm not quite sure whether that was momentary or longer. Um, I think we already have a feathers. Don't we have a feathers and a Beatrix? It's Beatrix and something, and I thought it was feathers. I'm gonna go with Gus just because I think we have a feathers, and there's no way for me to be sure from here. I heard a voice glitch and then silence and then feathers. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully it was just momentary.
Gus.
Oh, a fine name, suitable for any lady.
Hello, little one. Welcome to your new home. Me, me, me. They sound like Beaker. I swear. Do you all have any sort of delicious beverage to enjoy? I am enjoying a blueberry beverage, and it is indeed delicious. All right, we're going down to the other beach, and we're hoping to find a conch shell. That is what I want. May the RNG be with me. Ah, the RNG was never in my favor. That's all right. Maybe Shelby will have a shell for us. All right, let's say hello to our favorite lycanthrope.
I like visiting Amira's office, even when I'm not sick.
Hard same, Wesley.
She has such a warm presence. Talking to her is like drinking a perfect cup of tea.
Well said, sir. Well said. All right. It'll be a little while before the red wine is ready, and I don't have anything else that he loves at the moment. So much for plying him with presents. I mean, I could give him a present. It just wouldn't be anything he particularly loves. Hey, Kim, how goes it? Don't mind me while I do the hokey pokey and turn myself around. Dihydrogen monoxide. A lovely choice. And Water has cereal with milk for breakfast. Wonderful. I love it.
Days like this make me really appreciate working inside of what's essentially a giant cooler.
Anything that, oh, several favorites of Kim's. Okay, well, rice wine, why not? What is with all of the little
Hey, this
tiny
is just like my
monitors
dad makes.
back there? Are they photo
I
frames?
mean, it's not as good as his version, but this is the...
Oh, I didn't mean to cut her off. But what? I never looked at this. Oh, maybe they're tiny little chalkboards that say prices. Okay, okay. We also have wheatgrass up on the top shelf there. Lena, good morning.
Cameron actually asked me if my kids ever sneak out at night to play pranks.
They did
Like I
look like
don't know
mini
where my
computers.
kids are. He really has a lot of nerve. My kids are tucked in safely every night. Well, I may have put a tracking charm on them just in case.
But you know that they're tucked in their beds. I see. I see. Lena was Tara's babysitter when Tara was little. Okay. What are we buying? What are we selling? We don't need to sell anything. We can buy some flour. Actually, let's buy a little bit extra flour. I might want to do some baking. Let's just go through and see what our stock of things looks like. We're gonna have some apples from our trees soon. Just kind of topping things up so that we have a supply. don't need to buy cheese or butter. I do need to buy more milk than I usually buy. I don't need to buy eggs because now we have 3 chicks. I mean, 2 of them are egg suppliers and others are not, but that's fine. The newest one is too little. You can buy a handheld DOS PC. Is that many enough? I mean, yeah, kind of. That seemed like what we were looking at. Luna's personality has been turning to more controlling type. Was she always like that? Good question. It's a good question. Kai,
I get
hello.
older, but I never feel older. It's like time stops moving once you hit a certain point in life.
I think it's wonderful that Kai is still so young at heart. We love that. I want to know why Tara can't buy that
Hey, I
ukulele.
didn't know you could make poke. And it's the real deal, not the smelly stuff from the tourist traps on all the beaches.
All right. First, let's see what we can sell. Some paper. Man, it's going to be forever until we manage. Okay, well, selling cloth might be the way to go. As much as I was hoping to make some clothing, I also really want to fully unlock his store. I'm not going to make it today. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, let's buy the avocado and chilies. Chilies with 2 L's. Interesting. And the paprika and the pineapple. And mushroom leather. This is new. Made with mushrooms and tanning solution at a tanning station. But I have mushrooms. I'm not going to buy it. Because I think I should be able to make that. Wow, time flies. How is it already so late in the day that Bruno is here?
Wesley wished me good luck while I was fishing.
How dare!
Can't believe the fella doesn't know it's bad luck to do that.
That was rude. I mean, not on purpose rude. We don't have any favorite things. No beer. All right. Time to buy a ridiculous number of tuna fish. There we go. That's how we do here. We buy those and then we go back home again. No, wait. We're going to run over to see Shelby. And then we're going straight home to cook fish fingers. Shelby's not here. No. No. I don't want to chop the tree down. I want to find Shelby. Peanut. Don't mind if I do. Alright, I'll chop this tree down. But honestly, all I really want is to find Shelby. Sending you guys to sneak into Cameron's place to steal the notebook, putting trackers on her children, getting upset when asked if she thought that her children ever snuck out at night. I think this makes sense in terms of the storyline, because if it were 100% clear who the good guys and bad guys were, it wouldn't make for a very interesting story. We would side with Lena and we wouldn't have any questions in our mind. But this makes for a much more interesting, wait a minute, I'm going to go talk to Parker. This makes for a much more interesting story where we actually have
Someone
decisions.
broke into the consciousness center. Cameron asked me to reinforce the windows in case someone's getting in that way. But I don't know. Won't that make the consciousness center look more threatening?
We can't expect not to have been noticed.
Been busy in the kitchen. Now I'll take that off your hands.
All right, so the next thing that we want to do to upgrade our farm is to build a barn. And we have the funds and we have the space, but we need a lot more iron ingots. So that means we need to continue to prioritize mining iron. We're skipping most of this. Let's not skip all of this.
Messenger Cameron said that he heard disembodied voices in the consciousness center. It's odd. What is he trying to say? That someone was doing magic tricks? Because you'd have to be very, very good at magic tricks to unsettle the messenger.
I'll take that as a compliment. We don't have any quiche today.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you've decided to attend. Come by the Consciousness Center any night.
Attend the grief group at the Consciousness Center any night after 7 p.m. Okie dokie, we're going to have a busy evening because we need to, I'm going to skip that for now. We need to deliver the rain spell to the coven. I'm not gonna do that because I need that wood to build my barn. Okay, we're going home to cook. Wait, we're gonna stop in here real briefly. We're going home to cook fish fingers, but first we're gonna talk
Who
to
would rob
Natalia.
Messenger Cameron? I just don't get it. He's the most upstanding guy you're likely to find on this island.
So in case you guys weren't here, what everybody is talking about with the disembodied voices and the break-in and robbing and all, Violet and Tara were sent into the Consciousness Center in cat form. They inhabited their familiars with permission to find and steal a notebook that Lena wanted, where Cameron was trying to find out who the malcontents were. Well, there weren't any names on the list yet. So we didn't find out anything of value. Other than that, he's looking for malcontents. And by malcontents, he means witches, even if he doesn't know it. All right, no, not silver ingots, iron ingots, as many as possible. All right, let's go home and make some fish fingers because this is how we make money in this game. It's an exploit. It can be turned off. I might choose to turn it off someday in a replay. Like, if I went and played this game again, I might very well decide, let's try it with no fish fingers. But for this first playthrough, you know what? Let's see what other baking or cooking we want to do. So basically what I'm looking for here is something that I have all the ingredients to make, which means all of the circles at the bottom of the recipe are filled in, like this one, for example, but that there is no star in the top corner. So I'm looking for recipes that I can make that I've never made before, like the Cape Malay curry. Is that how you say that? Chicken, chili, potatoes, and rice. Potatoes and rice? I mean, you had me at rice and chicken. I can't have either of those other two things because they're in the Solanaceae family, but hey. Oh, my chat got unscrolly, and so I missed a whole bunch of stuff. So let's see. Dictatorial and scary, morally gray characters with flaws. Yes. The town is starting to get weary. They're becoming more interesting. Tri-dimensional. Ooh. You're going to have to take care of him, Italian style, or make him an offer he can't refuse. All right, what else do I have the ingredients to make that I've never made before? Slop chips? You're kidding me. I've only ever bought slop chips. crazy. And cream of mushroom soup. All right, we have several friends who have multiple favorite soups. So that cream of mushroom soup might be something that we might try on either Shelby or shoot, or who else likes soup? I'm blanking. It's not new. I'm not surprised. Several things we have almost enough ingredients to make, all but one. Let's see, we need a strawberry. We need a pistachio to make nougat. We need maple syrup to make pancakes. We can make a blue Hawaii cocktail. I just want to check on what else. We can make a pina colada. Well, can we make both of them? Yeah, maybe so. Let's see. Nope, they both needed rum. All right, let's go downstairs and make some rum. Can we make rum? Okay, levitation potion is ready already? Amazing. Charming potion. Drink this potion to become instantly more charismatic with the people you interact with. Wears off when you go to sleep. Fascinating. Fascinating. All right, rum is in the making. Good, some rum is almost ready. Essence of copper. We're gonna, instead of making more rum, we're gonna make another essence of copper because we have a lot of copper and we need essence of copper for a lot of different recipes. And I'm not talking about kitchen recipes. Let's go see Sophia. I've gone the wrong way. Did we chat already?
Angus keeps telling me to be extra careful when I lock up for the night. He's paranoid because of what happened at the Consciousness Center. But look, I don't see evidence of a break-in. And Cameron won't even say what was stolen.
Uh-huh. I'm surprised that Cameron is even claiming there was a break-in, given that he doesn't want to say what was stolen. You know what I mean? That just seems sus to me. I'm not saying that it, I mean, it doesn't seem sus to me because I don't know what it is. It seems sus to me because, I don't know, I can't explain myself. Hello, Damon.
Damon, do you ever get out in nature at all?
Nah, it's too hot. And the only flies I like are bar flies.
Pyrus, hello, my friend. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? How was your stream? Thank you for coming in and joining us. I am so excited today. I'm wondering if this game was on sale in the Steam summer sale because before I started stream, there were 8 people streaming this game, and I've never seen that before. How are you doing? What were you streaming today? CJ, hello. Azora, hi. Katie, how are you doing? Oh, it's so nice to see you all. Thanks for coming to visit. Yes, Pyrus has been streaming The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's so epic. It's so epic. He's been doing an amazing job. Have we done the shout out? I can do the shout out. I know how to do the thing. I type it this way, right? Right? I do that? Like so? Yes? That's how we do. That's how we do it. Probably somebody already did it, but hey, just in case. Welcome in, my friends. I'm so happy to see. We were running around doing side quest things today, solved a few labyrinths, and got a really cool evil looking set. Is set like armor or like something to wear? Something like that. That sounds amazing. We today in our little adventure here, here's the story. We broke in to the consciousness center with Violet
I'm exhausted. And to think,
last
I
stream.
believed that moving here would mean a slower paced life. I feel like I have to work even harder because I'm the only one responsible for the whole town's health.
Amira, would you like to join me in the onsen?
You do seem really busy.
One woman I dated said I use work as an excuse to not get close to anyone. She just didn't understand the pressure.
Maybe it was her. Or maybe take some time off. Or maybe your ex had a point. Okay, options B and C are basically saying the same thing, only one of them is more mean than the other. And she just said her responsibilities don't allow her to take time off. On the other hand, taking time off probably would be helpful to everyone in the long term, because if the doctor gets so stressed out that she gets sick, then where's everybody going to be? You know what I mean? I think I think that's got to be the answer I choose here.
I think you should forget about making someone else happy until you've taken care of yourself a little bit. You're working too hard.
That's a thoughtful point. I'm not really used to putting myself first, though. Thanks for letting me vent.
I still hold with we need to invite her to the onsen. Meg, hello, how are you, my friend? It's so good to see
I feel like
you.
taking a day off soon. But like a real day off, not paying bills and doing laundry. Maybe if you're free, we could get a drink sometime?
I would love that. Okay, so this answers my question. I have been bemoaning the fact that this game seemed to have it in for poly people. I, I and I think maybe I jumped to a conclusion that wasn't true. So the first person I went on a date with in this game was Damon. And on date number one, before we even took a bite of our lovely dinner, Damon, God bless him, asked if we could be exclusive. On a first date, Damon, please. I mean, he didn't know he was talking to a poly version of Tara, but no. And so I said, bless you, but no. And he left, and I didn't even get to eat a bite of the dinner that I had sourced the ingredients for, because we were at the restaurant and the shop owner closed up shop, and I was so upset. He left. He just left. Yeah, he was upset and he left. But now we're good. We're really great friends. That's it. Like he got over it. He was upset on the day, then he got over it. But our number of stars available in our friendship shrunk down to 4 maximum, and we're at those 4 maximum. So that's what happened with Damon, and I thought, great. This game is like go on a first date with someone and get exclusive right away or give up on the relationship. And I didn't love that. But I thought, okay, I'll give it another chance. And I went on a date with Kim. And they did not ask me to be exclusive. They just were like a lot more chill about it. Um, and it was kind of the impression I got was, I'd like to go on some more dates with you. And I was like, sure, I would like that too. And then I was stressing out that maybe Amira wouldn't be open to going on a date with me since I had gone on a date with Kim. But it seems that the game is not that anti-poly, because Amira just basically asked us to get a drink. And no, maybe that's not a date kind of drink, but it's an opening and I'll take it, because as much as, like, I think, to be honest, you all know me, I'm way too much like Kim to like Kim can't be the one, because we're just way too much alike. Um, and I'm I'm kind of interested in Wesley, but I think that might be new person relationship and like new person energy. Like he's somebody I don't know very well, so of course he's intriguing, and I think I need to think that through a little more carefully. Like, he is a werewolf. Like, does he have a dark side that I don't know about? Maybe I need to be careful. Maybe Damon was just not interested in a poly relationship. Okay, but still, Pyrus, understandably, my perspective is a poly perspective, but I still feel like being on a first date and asking somebody to be exclusive is a little extra. That's just me. That's just me, but yeah, I think the best thing for Damon and me was that it happened that way because I was never going to be serious about Damon. Um, and I just have to say that that might be to my detriment because um, just like I don't talk about like IRL stuff all that terribly much and like my past and whatever, but when I was in college, a friend of mine wanted to date me and he made a a concerted like I don't even know what words to use for this. He didn't make a pass at me. He made a proposal that we go from being friends to having a dating relationship. And I said no because I saw him with a friend energy. Like he was a teddy bear to me. Um, he was a wonderful friend, and I wasn't particularly interested in dating anyone, and I was slightly less interested in dating guys. And to be honest, when I think back about that, like it is possible out of all of the people who I've ever had any romantic anything interest in either direction, like coming towards me or going from me to that person, it's possible that he might have been the person that would have treated me better than anyone else. Um, and I think that's like maybe part of human nature that I had not learned about that we don't always value the actual valuable people in our lives. Um, it's definitely a lot to ask of a first date, but at least all parties know now. Yes, so it was wise of him to put his cards on the table and be like, "This is what I want." Like, great. I'm so glad he did that because now our relationship is okay. We don't have bad blood. Like it might be that in some cases, depending on how far the relationship goes before the breakup happens, there might be some real bad blood. I'm learning about this game that there's a lot more to it than I thought because I went the other day and I visited another streamer and I mentioned to her about the rancher's story about how he kept making passes at Giva, and it took him so long like to catch on. Like she literally had to say, I do want to go on a date. I don't want to go on a date with a man. He just was not getting any of the hints. And she said in her game he was trying to date somebody else entirely. And I was just like, oh, this game might have so much replay value that I was not aware of. So the more I find out about it, the more I like maybe it's possible that that it had to do with an update and maybe Giva didn't exist, but like maybe Giva came out of an update. Like I do not know those facts. But anyway, I'm excited that Amira might want to go for a drink. We are now intimate friends. Hooray! All right, so there are lots of different people that we have met, and they have between 1 and 7 hearts available as an indication of how deep is our relationship. So there are 1 heart people where we're never going to have more than a shallow relationship with them. There are 4 heart people like Damon where we can be intimate friends, but nothing more than that. Anything beyond intimate friend is like intimate relationship territory. And it's taken a really long time to get this far with Amira and way longer than I hoped. And I am not ashamed to tell you that I am about to try something unwise in order to go a little farther into those 7 hearts with Amira. Um, and it might be this stream and it might be next stream. I'm not 100% sure. But yes. Here we are. We'll find out what Cameron has to say about the whole situation where uh, we snuck in with Violet in cat form. We took the shape of, no, we took possession with permission of our cat familiars' bodies, and we went in and we stole a notebook of his. And he told everybody that there had been a break-in, but he wouldn't tell anybody what had been stolen. Amira and or Wesley are my choices for Tara. Yeah, I've been interested in Wesley, and I'm starting to think I need to think carefully. Like I'm thinking maybe my original interest in Amira is what I need to pay attention to, because I didn't know Wesley when I first met Amira, and I think maybe I might be just interested in Wesley because he's the new guy.
I thought maybe I was just being paranoid about malcontents, but now that someone's disturbed the consciousness center, I know for certain. Fairhaven has a malcontent problem.
Well, we've gone and made it worse. Great. So if you can see, we have 4.5 of 7 hearts with Cameron. So Cameron might very well try and ask us on a date at some point. And while I don't intend to pursue that in this particular playthrough, I am so interested in a future replay. No, I'm not promising to do that on stream, but I'm so interested to find out, like, what would that be like as a witch dating Cameron? Would that change how we went about solving all of these problems? I don't know. Would it make it worse? Would it make it easier? Cameron loves sweet potato fries. Let's try plying him with fries.
Oh, I shouldn't. I'm trying this new whole body diet.
Can, hello.
Oh, but I'm allowed a cheat day.
Today I got acquainted with a tree and a sprout. I called the sprout Innis. Lovely! The Spanish Inquisition was trying to deal with malcontents. It was indeed. It was indeed. And we all know how that went. We all know how that went. All right, so yeah, he may very well be making a pass at us rather soon, but that's not going to go anywhere in this playthrough. I'm just going to disclose that right now. I do not intend to date Cameron. I'm going to tell him nah.
I didn't mind Cameron that much before we did our little recon mission, but now that we know he was making a list of names...
He didn't actually make a list of names. I mean, he didn't put any names on the list.
Well, he's on my list, and that's not a list you want to be on.
All right, Violet. I mean, I hear you. I don't like him either. We can buy and sell clothing from Violet. And I am super happy with the new outfit that we have, but I would also like to buy something cute. Like, this looks super cute. That is super cute. I would wear that. I mean, I'd prefer an ankle length version. That's just my personal preference. But for Tara, I know. Like, this length, that's a T length version. That length with this style, I love that. All right, so I can sell the first outfit that she had, or this Sunshine Romper. I kind of like them both, honestly. And I've just got a design for this. I still have to like create it on the sewing machine. No, don't criminalize Cameron. He was an okay dude, making changes in his life, learning about himself and the world. But do you remember some of the things he said from the pulpit? I mean, ugh, really cringy.
I can't believe anyone would dare break into the Consciousness Center. But fear not, we'll find these no-good-nicks.
I mean, Cameron and Mayor Otto have some things in common. Cameron is much more likable than Mayor Otto for sure. But he definitely is not a welcome all comers type, as much as you would think he would be. Hello, Angus. Have a good pun for me today?
You'd think working with teeny tiny jewels would translate to Francis having some precision in the kitchen, but it doesn't. Don't get me wrong, my boo can cook, but there's a 50-50 chance of him getting injured. Signature dishes or might need stitches. There's no in between.
Oh no! Oh no! That's not great. That's not great. All right, we have some pierogi. We know you love the pierogi. I can't remember the details, unfortunately. My brain is not working
These are the
at that level,
best! Making
unfortunately.
pierogies is time consuming, but if you want to get them right, you just can't rush it.
Oof, potato buns. All right, Angus. All right, we've got 2 chocolate cupcakes. Let's buy a banana bread. I don't think anybody else's favorite things are on this list here, but I'm gonna buy a couple of loaves of bread. And do I want to sell anything? No, not really. Don't really. All right. Let's go down to the mines. I want that chocolate mousse. I want it now, please. I wish I could give it to everybody. Chocolate mousse for everybody. I mean, unless you're allergic to chocolate, in which case, more for the rest of us. We're going down to the mines. Oh, look, a poppy. Poppies will do. We're going down to level 14, and the goal is to get as much iron ore as possible, as quickly as possible, which means there are certain stones we're not going to bother with. And when we run out of energy, we are going to drink 3 coffees in quick succession. That is how Tara does now. We don't bother eating food anymore. Chocolate is fine, but mousse are a bit too big for me to eat. 1 year when I was a relatively small child. Let me think for a second, and I'm going to be able to remember. I think I was 4. I got a chocolate rabbit that was probably half my size. There was a story to this. I did not just randomly receive that much candy for no particular reason, but my parents wanted me to stop sucking my thumb because they were convinced I would ruin my teeth if I didn't stop sucking my thumb. And so they told me, before that part of the story. So I sucked my thumb when I was holding on to my blanket. It was kind of, they went together, like chocolate and peanut butter. And so they thought if they could separate me from my blankie, they could stop me from sucking my thumb. And being the enlightened parents that they were, they did not want to have me not be in choice about that. They wanted consent. They didn't talk about it in those terms. They probably didn't even think about it in those terms, but they didn't probably want me to be
I'm
mad at
all
them.
out of. I could eat.
I'm going to drink 3 coffees. 1, 2, 3. And so they told me that the Easter Bunny was very sad because he didn't have a blankie. And they knew that I was the kind of kid that was very concerned about other people's well-being, overly concerned about other people's well-being compared to my own. And they used that for my own good in their eyes. And so they told me that the Easter Bunny would probably be extremely grateful, i.e., bring me an extra big basket of candy, if I were to leave the Easter Bunny my blanket in return. They phrased it like the tooth fairy. You put your tooth under the pillow and you get some money, right? Of course, I may have been too young to have had that interaction with the tooth fairy. I think probably. But anyway, I probably knew the legend of the tooth fairy. And I went for it. I thought about it and I decided, okay, I'm going to go for it. And I made the agreement that they could tell the Easter Bunny that he could have my blanket. And so I don't remember how it was done, whether it went under my pillow or what. But Easter Bunny took my blanket and brought me a basket that included a chocolate peanut butter rabbit, not a hollow one, a solid one that was, if I recall, 2 feet tall. It was the most ridiculous amount of chocolate peanut butter. It took me a very long time, and I mean many, many months, to eat that. Oh, we have something here. Alrighty. I think we should swap out one of those. Let's go ahead and swap out this. We got 3 wood back. And instead, we're going to add a garden bed. I can put some flowers in there. Let's see. Some lovely sunflowers. I have regrets. Wish I had planted some of the other flowers. How well. Yeah, maybe it was like 5 inches tall, but no, I swear to you, it was enormous. I'll ask my parents, how big was that? All right, are we going to the mountains or to the gloaming? Let's go to the gloaming. Now, what we really want is to do some business, but I don't think it's going to work out because everybody's closed except the
Why do
shop,
humans
maybe?
consider their animal friends pets? They are choosing to stay by your side.
You like peanut rolls? So there were a number of years in my older childhood
I cannot resist.
when I could not face peanut butter chocolate because I had overindulged in peanut butter chocolate during
My
those
desire to reclaim my
young
memory
years.
led me to building a new life here. I don't need the past to know who I am.
I do not understand. There is something in Perry's backstory that we don't know about, and those 2 sentences seem to contradict each other, and that makes Perry all the more mysterious. I just realized that Perry is barefoot. A green-skinned, pointy-eared, winged, barefoot I do not know what she is. Like, is she a fairy? The wings look avian. I don't know what Perry is. And I don't have anything that she loves. What does Perry love? Persian love cake. And I swear that's like Turkish coffee. And if so, good taste, Perry. It looks like Turkish coffee to me. Okay, this shop is closed. And this shop is closed. All the shops are closed today. So, I mean, we tried. Oh, hello? Can we do business today, even though your shop is closed?
Kind of a drag, but I wonder about Ravenwood Hollow. It gets smaller and smaller, even though Fairhaven keeps blowing up.
How does it get smaller? I don't understand. Is the gloaming growing and pushing you all out? I don't know. There's so much I don't know. All right, can we take this freeze time for family time? Just one night this week. I want to make it home in time to tuck in the kids, but I don't have any freeze time incantations. That seems like something I could do. All right, let's go back. It's 5 p.m. We are running out of day. So much we want to do.
Is it? It is! A recipe!
Spring stew. Oh, what do you want to bet that Shelby loves this? I think Shelby just likes stew. All kinds of stew. That is my theory. I'm thinking Shelby loves stew.
I found
They are
something.
usually hollow. You are right. A recipe. Spinach smoothie? If it has the right percentage of spinach in it, I do like it. But if it doesn't have enough fruit, then it's like, ugh, no, mistake. Mistakes have been made. They are definitely usually hollow. I don't know whether my parents will remember the details of this rabbit, but I am now curious as to what the conversation will be like. Give a hello. I love her hairdo.
I've never understood people who say, nice weather, isn't it? All weather is nice.
I had a giant chocolate Finding Nemo one time. It was hollow and about 8 inches long, and at its wisest, about 5 inches. Clownfish don't get that big. It was the size of a small tuna fish, and tuna fish are big. All right, have we got anything that Kiva loves? Nope, she likes things we don't know how to make, unfortunately. And Kiva is another person who we theoretically could date. She is a romanceable character, but I am not interested in dating her because I would only want to have a relationship with Kiva if I could have an honest and open relationship with her. And we can't because she cannot be told that we're a witch.
How long should I soak for?
Short soak. How about this tree? Bigger, a chocolate clownfish bigger than a real clownfish. That's pretty cool. Perry and the mayor's wife look alike. Interesting. All right, it's 6:20. We can't do any of our evening things until 7, so I'm going to go back down to the mines because we desperately need to get more iron. Now, this actually may contribute to my dating Amira in the future. How, you ask? Does spending more time in the mines and delaying your evening activities contribute to dating Amira in the future? Do you have any guesses? If I wind up working really hard, working way too hard and staying out way too late, you know what I mean? I just might get run down, need a little tender, loving care and concern from a certain doctor. Am I evil? This is not something I would do in real life. However, in a storybook sort of way, it's a lovely little story. We also need some sand. So while we're down here, try and get some sand as well. If I see a little bit up there in the top right corner. Come on. There we go. We are ignoring the clay and we're ignoring the stones that take 2 hits because we don't have that kind of time, and the stones that take 2 hits give us rocks and coal, neither of which we are currently shopping for. I was with my mom at a Walgreens and the chocolate Nemo was on sale. I remember we were joking about being anatomical inside with all the organs. Oh my goodness. Was it maybe that why it was on sale? I can imagine. If it were that detailed, it should cost more, not less. I don't know. That's fine. But she liked the conversation well enough to buy that clownfish, huh? Sounds like a good story. I like it. Water likes it too. It is 7:50 p.m. My goodness, we have 2 evening things to do. And it's possible we won't be able to do both. So let's strategize here. We have the Consciousness Center's grief group to go to and the rain spell to deliver. I think that's the more important thing. But if you guys think that the grief group is where we should go first, then definitely let me know before we head out there, because otherwise I'm going to head to the Coven. We are going in that direction. What a ripoff. Oh no. No organs, all hollow inside. Okay, 8:10 p.m. We'll see. We might be able to do both. It just depends. I think what we'll do is we will be very all business at the Coven. And we won't just talk to everybody because we usually only hear things that we've heard before. It's possible that it would be new things. Julia, hello. I didn't get to say hi to you today.
No one
I
takes
rarely
you
find
seriously
kids
when you're a kid.
in the summer.
Like, what I actually want never really matters.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Julia. I'm sure that it's going to be that way for quite a few more years. That's really crummy. She's pretty mature, kid. The chocolate was almost half an inch thick. Wow, that's pretty good. All right, who are we delivering this to? Maybe to Lena. Maybe to any of them.
Do you
I
have
don't know.
all you need for the rain incantation?
Yes,
Here's
I
the
do.
rain spell.
Wonderful. You can recite it when you're ready. All you need to do is take it from your pack and read it.
Okay.
Do you have all you need?
What?
Here's the reins.
I
Wonderful.
shouldn't
All
be able
you...
to do that twice.
Do you have a familiar, High Priestess?
I do indeed. But she's a cormorant, and she spends most of her time over the water.
A cormorant?
You're not likely to see her.
Okay, we're not going to bother talking with others because I would like to also go to the grief group. And they might close at 9. I don't know. We might make it, we might not. Especially if I don't run very nicely. Run better, Tara. It's not far. Maybe they don't close up shop till 10. Go, go. It's 9. Alright, hello. Oh, she was already going home. I saw her.
Tara! Come in, come in. That smoothie looks delicious.
Can you imagine being a child and opening that chocolate Nemo and finding actual chocolate organs? I would have dug that. I was that kind of nerdy kid. I would have dug that.
Have some of the pie that Juliet brought. And popcorn from Sebastian.
Oh, so we're eating our grief. Is that what we're doing?
Violet, welcome.
We have received popcorn and apple pie. Wow!
Thanks. Hey, bud.
As I was saying, sometimes it can be helpful for us to confront the strength of our emotions.
I was both morbid and sciencey. Yes. It would have been, I would have really dug that. I'm sure they never made anything like that for children, but I would have enjoyed.
It makes us realize what actions we want to take, and what those actions are.
Maybe, sometime.
So, what did you think?
It was okay. It was helpful. I didn't find it really helpful, I guess, partially because I was distracted thinking about fish guts, but I feel like confronting the strength of your emotions doesn't necessarily lead you to knowing what the actions are that would help. You know, sometimes it just leads you to understand that you need to take an action, and you can still just be like, but I don't know what action. But what do we expect from like going one time? From just going one time, I feel like saying it was okay. I'll probably go back maybe, but yeah, it was okay.
It all felt kind of cliched, you know?
Yeah. But you know what they say. Sometimes cliches are true. Tonight I realized I want to do more. About my mom disappearing. Like, maybe I should still be looking for her.
I don't know if that's what Vanessa meant.
I gotta stop at home before going to the circle. See you soon, Tara.
The whole being in two places at once thing is something I don't feel like they've explained to me in a way that I understand yet. Because Violet was there at the circle before I went to the Greek group, you know? The audio is still wonky. Anybody else? And how long has it been wonky? Because, Sebastian, I haven't seen you in forever. Ah! Sebastian, how dare! You just disappeared on me. Wooed. I'm gonna go back to the circle. So, yeah, we have not only people in the circle being in two places at once now, but to be honest, the other person who was two places at once, we know is going to be in the circle when she's older.
What about you, Adept? Is your familiar around here somewhere?
Of course. She's a red fox that Ariel rescued from a trap a few years ago.
Oh, red fox.
She's a little skittish, but I adore her.
I really don't know what we're doing.
Tara.
Yo, what?
What's up?
I've been thinking this summer about taking charge of my grief, like Vanessa said at group. I want to go through the standing stones and see if I can find out what happened to my mom.
I don't think that's what Vanessa meant.
Maybe not, but It's what I need to do. I have to find her.
I had no idea how she disappeared. I thought she just took off.
But we can't get in.
Yes, we can. We just need a keystone. And I know where one is. Have you ever noticed that weird rock in the town hall display case?
Why, yes, I have. Scroll up a bit. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. You sound like you're in a well. Okay, that doesn't have a timestamp that I can see, but it was a little bit ago. Oh, anybody else hearing me like I'm in a well? And Sebastian is not a witch, so... Or, not that I know of, or not yet. I think it's a Twitch problem, because I think this has happened to other people, other streamers, and in those cases it was also some people were hearing the audio problem and other people weren't. And I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm definitely not saying that it's not real. But I do not know what to do about it on my end. I could try stopping the stream and starting again. But have you tried stopping the stream and starting again on your end? Probably you have already, because you're that kind of guy. Twitch is twitchy. It is.
Yes. There's a sign that it says it's not native to the region, but was found in the mine.
And I did notice that rock, but I don't remember the sign.
It was found there after Mom disappeared and Lena's dad lost his memory. I don't know who put it in the mine, but it doesn't belong in Town Hall. It belongs to the Coven. But the High Priestess doesn't want us to take it back and arouse suspicion. She says it's safer to stay out of the...
In unrelated audio issues, my earbud that I was using as mic and audio for myself just died, and I put it back to charge and grabbed the other one. I don't know whether that will make a difference. It could, maybe.
Maybe she's right, Violet. Your mom and Lena's dad were much more powerful witches than we are.
My mom would never have left one of us behind in there. And now, I'm old enough to go in after her.
It does sound dangerous. I think this is something that we need to talk about as stream fam here. Because this is a really, really big decision. We've been told very specifically to stay away from the standing stones. We've been told we can't handle, none of us can handle what the standing stones are all about. Okay, so I had reconnected to the stream, but I didn't restart the app. Okay. And also, my audio just reconnected when my earbud ran out of battery and I switched earbuds. I just restarted the app itself and the problem is fixed. Okay. And since I also did a thing, I don't know for sure that it's one or the other. I mean, I kind of suspect that it might be restarting the app itself, but it's wonderful to have an idea of something that I can have people try. Sounds dangerous is what I feel like saying, me personally, but I don't want to railroad you guys into it. So far, I have not been 100% convinced that the choices that we make in these conversations actually have a lot of effect on it. Does sound dangerous mean you're on your own and I am not going to support you in your search for your mom? Yeah, I mean, Korako, isn't that always the case? Hello, YT, have you tried turning it off and back on again? He means the Twitch app, I think. Just in general. Okay. Fair enough. Oh my gosh. I don't want to spend too much time making this decision. I don't want to agonize over it. I want to support my friend and help her stay safe. I feel like she will be safer with my support than without it, and yet I don't think either of us will be safe if we try this. I don't think, I would like to try and talk her out of this, but if she is determined to go ahead and do it, I would back her up. And she seems very determined to do it. And I'm freaking terrified. I mean, I know this isn't a scary game, but like if I'm fully in the world of the story and thinking about it from that perspective, my choice would be run away. I don't think you can talk her out of it. Yeah. She does not seem, this is all kind of taking me blindsided. I feel like there's a lot of things that we've run across today that I'm like, I have no context for this. And it makes me wonder, is this my memory issues? The things that Perry said today, did any of them seem understandable or recognizable to you, or was that out of left field? These things that Violet is saying today, like, it seems very surprised to me. It's better if she doesn't go alone. It's dangerous to go alone. Yeah. I've missed a couple of streams, so I wouldn't know. Fair. Fair. I guess I guess. Guys, let's go, I guess. Because that's the most honest thing. Like, I will support her, but I don't think this is a good idea. Like, I feel like I want to go on the record. This is a bad idea. We should not do this. And I will 100% support you. About the memory problems or there being info gaps. Yes, that I was following you. Oh, Perry might be her mom, or a version of her mom. But isn't Perry like ancient? I never thought about that. No, Violet's mom. So Lena's dad lost his memory, and Violet's mom disappeared. Now, my understanding was that he lost his memory due to natural aging processes, but maybe that's not what happened. Maybe it was a magical incident that caused him to lose his memory. All we know is that he's in a home and that he doesn't remember his grandkids. And Perry came here to, not here, but to Ravenwood Hollow to try and get her memory back, but now she feels, if I remember correctly, something along the lines of she is who she is and it doesn't matter. Fae sometimes disguise themselves as humans and live as humans for a while. That's right. Okay. I guess
It's
it
worth
is.
trying, I guess.
That's not 100% enthusiasm, but I can work with it.
This is not what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, with 100% seriousness, Violet, this is a very bad idea. I will support you, and I'm on record as this is a very bad idea.
No one will even notice us going to town hall as long as we're careful.
The two of us have become the troublemakers.
We don't have to sneak past any people this time. Just some pesky locks.
Breaking into town hall. This is bad
we
news.
need 2 lockpick incantations. One for the town hall front door, and one for the display case. I'm on Wellspring duty all week. And you're better at incantations anyway. Come visit me when you're ready. But remember to, be cool about it.
Oh boy. The Acolyte says the heist will need 2 lockpick incantations. We're gonna get in trouble. Okay, we've already talked with her today. We did not talk with them today. I didn't find Shelby at all.
Do you have a familiar too?
I got 4 right now, but I've had more.
My goodness, that is impressive.
Only fools think you can have only one familiar. Your life changes every day, doesn't it?
Cool.
Will we be seeing your familiar at the Coven Circle anytime soon?
Nah, he's a beaver, so he doesn't come around here. But if you see any dams, make sure you shout, "Good job, buddy!"
Good job, buddy. All right. We are trying to be able to... Wait, what? Hang on. Something's wrong here. When we talk to her, it should have disappeared.
Do you have all you need for the rain incantation?
Here's the rain spell.
Wonderful. You can recite it when all you...
Okay, we need to recite it. See, it says that we need to bring it, but we don't. We need to recite it. Right? Wait. Rain. Lasts one day. Does that mean one day until night? Or one day, one 24-hour period. I wrote an Esperanto blog about the changeling theory. I have been not doing 100% wonderfully as well as I want to at keeping up with your blog and some other things. And I really enjoy your blog very, very much. And I want to be doing a better job of keeping up with it. But I haven't read your today's blog. I opened it up in a tab and then I got distracted. And the other thing that I haven't done, you guys, which I really should have done yet, is I have not made an announcement on my Discord or on Twitter that I am now uploading my VODs to YouTube. I'm very excited about it, and I'm going to be uploading a video every single day for the rest of the year. And Katie has been helping me, and I'm super, super happy at how it's going. And I've been learning things. And so my plan for the rest of the year is to gradually catch up with getting all the backlog of VODs up onto YouTube. And then after that, we will see. Maybe I will go to a multi-times a week schedule of just uploading a VOD at some point after it's been created on Twitch. Or maybe at that point, I will launch from there into creating some other videos, either short form or long form. Probably long form. Short form is great, but doesn't it's like evidently I'm unusual in that if I find somebody's short form videos that I enjoy, I click through and start looking at their long form stuff. But evidently most people don't do that, and frankly, there's somebody that I just started doing that about yesterday who I've seen her short form stuff for months. So it's probably true. Short form stuff doesn't get you very far in terms of long form stuff. And the requirements for getting anywhere with short form are so huge. I must be an okay writer in Esperanto because I've gotten compliments and no harsh criticisms. I would be super happy to help you with the grammar and stuff like that, but in terms of the ideation and the communication, you are amazing. And I love the things that you write about. I think that you write about really worthy things, and you write in a way that's very accessible to a variety of people, like both in terms of language level and in terms of different types of life experiences. And that's really important. That's a communication skill that kind of can't be taught at all. And so, yeah, I love your blog. I think it's really, really good. And I have an idea that I want to talk to you about at some point that's kind of semi-related to blogging. And I keep forgetting, so I'm saying it out loud now, that at some point I want to talk to you about a thing, an idea that I had. Anyway, do you think I should summon this rain spell now, or should I wait until a morning? Because what does one day mean? Sometimes it says lasts until night, or lasts until you go to sleep, or lasts until you go to bed. You know, we should talk about like what format would work best, because it might, like, my goal would be to help empower you to do it yourself. And I think if I just fixed it for you, that would be helpful. It would lead you to be able to recognize those errors when you made them again. That's how that goes. But it wouldn't probably get you there as fast as possible. I thought that's it. I'll reprimand you later is what I was about to. I'll reprimand you later if you correct me too harshly or something. I'll remind you later if you wanted to talk about a blog thing. Yes, okay, blog related thing. So maybe we could like pick a day and get together in real time, not necessarily like on a video call, but even just in real time on let's share a screen, and I could like point out, okay, there's a mistake in this sentence. Can you find it? Or there's a mistake right here. Can you fix it? And then we can talk about options and like how to do that thing and all of that. If you would be interested in that as a process, because I would find that more rewarding, because my real goal is not just to make your blog better. My real goal is to empower you to make your blog better. Okay, I'm going to do it. Bam.
Clouds break open. Release your waters to the parched earth. Rain pour down.
We'll see if it's still raining in the morning. Then we'll know whether a day means 24 hours or not. Ah, now we speak to the High Priestess again. Okay.
This summon rain incantation is useful, but soon even the resources you need for it will stop replenishing. If you have tasks you need to finish this summer, I suggest you complete them as soon as you can. We need to turn the season soon. Here is the fall ritual incantation. To create it, you will need a ruby, which will require you to go much deeper into the mine.
But how?
The gem you need may be even deeper in the mine, since the upper levels were stripped years ago. The key to the deepest levels was lost long ago, before the mine closed. But I cast a summoning spell to retrieve it.
What?
Take it. You should now be able to explore further in the mine.
So whoever it was that locked it and wrote that note, I don't think that was Lena.
You will need to reach the very bottom to find the most precious gems.
All right. Guess what we're gonna go do now? We have to ask around and see how the people of Fairhaven are doing now that it's rained. It's a little early for that. All ritual incantation can be crafted at your writing desk. Okay, we are, we need to put a little bit in the wellspring. What do we need to put? Blackberry, that's not enough. Nigella, that'll be plenty. All good. All right. We're gonna go down into the mines and explore as we can. I know normally we go to bed at this hour, but we need iron, very much so. Okay. Let's just head straight down there.
At least I don't have to go looking under every rock for it this time.
True. Let's just grab the things that are loosey-goosey. Mushrooms, loose rocks, more mushrooms. There's another mushroom. And just go straight down. Oh my goodness. All right. Level 15. There are keys, mushrooms, a variety of ores, and 2 different types of gems. 4 different kinds of ores and 2 different kinds of gems. Now that stone, did that appear here? It did not. That stone does not count. Interesting. I'm curious, do clay and sand count? All right, we're gonna have some coffee. We could have gone for a dip in the onsen real quick, but we have plenty of coffee. And that's quicker. And quicker matters right now because it's late and we got a lot to do. All right, clay does not count. Hang on, I'm going to go check if sand counts. Hello? What is that lamp? Does that lamp look familiar to you? And this is something electrical and shimmery. Looks dangerous, but I don't know what it is. It's like there's things that I should know that I don't. Let's see if sand shows up on that list, because I don't think it does. Okay, rocks and sand don't count, mushrooms do. And ore and gemstones. I feel like, oh, what did we find? Gold ore. Natalia can smelt gold ore into gold ingots at the blacksmith. You can also distill gold ore into essence of gold. Cool. I feel like any fungus growing in a place like that IRL would not be something you would want to eat. I mean, maybe. I'm kind of cautious about those types of things. I have gone on a mushroom course, but those types of things are very... Wait, does coal count? Is coal on the list? I think coal is not. Coal is not on the list. All right, that's interesting. I'm just curious, just collating data, as they say. I think these types of courses are really only useful for locals, and I went with a friend in Montreal. So, not really all that useful to me here in West North Carolina. I don't know what it is about northwestern North Carolina, but there's this huge big like regionalness about it. Like there's signs everywhere that talk about how it's northwest North Carolina, and it's weird to me. Like I don't understand it, but we have regional spirit, I guess. I don't think that, I mean, there is a climate difference. I think slightly, probably, but we are more temperate because I'm in like a valley surrounded by mountains, basically, which is lovely, but not everywhere in the region that's referred to as northwestern North Carolina is inside that bowl. But it's lovely to be inside that bowl. And we are ignoring our bedtime. It is midnight. And we are continuing on because once you start here, you need to keep looking for that key because everything will reset the next day. And if you come back again, the key could be anywhere and you have to do all of it over again. Yeah, I don't know mushrooms that well, but the few mushrooms I've seen in Arizona don't look too much like the mushrooms I knew in Michigan. I would imagine those would definitely be different. Gold ore some more, that's lovely. Okay, so we not only have those hanging lamps that are triangular, but we have, and we not only have some weird open wires, but we have other weird open wires. We found a ruby, just what we wanted. And there are these weird kind of braziers with turquoise something. Like, what is this? And what is this? I do not know. I am not sure if we're going to make it, guys. We may not find the key that we are looking for, but we are probably going to pass out down here. Please do not be concerned. We're going to have some coffee. We're not going to drink all of the coffee because I have a feeling that no matter how much coffee we've had, we're probably going to pass out in another 10 minutes. And 10 minutes comes and goes so quickly around here. Getting late, you should get to bed soon. We are ignoring that because we're trying to find the key, and we don't mind if we pass out because there's a very cute and pretty doctor that might take care of us. Hey, we found the key. Nice. All right, it is 1 a.m. I think, let's see, we've opened the door. That's lovely. I still think that we should keep going. Partially because we need more iron, and partially because we wouldn't mind having an excuse to spend a little time with the doctor. Not like we're trying to make more work for her.
I could eat some food.
Okay, a little more coffee. Not a lot because it gets pretty late. I actually do not know at what time one starts to pass out. By the way, there's this chest here. There's another one on level 14 that we don't have keys for. Locked tight. Yeah, lookalikes are dangerous. So my grandmother was a very experienced mushroom hunter, and was completely confident. She lived in Florida, not her entire life, but she had a lot of experience in Florida when this incident happened. She was very confident in feeding her family with mushrooms, and she went mushrooming, and my dad went with her. His brother did not, their father did not, and grandma cooked them up that night, and grandpa and my uncle did not eat them, but grandma and my dad did. And the way my dad tells that story, he says the experience was like this. Out of time, you are exhausted. Try to get to bed on time or you might get sick. What happens? All right. Wednesday.
Oh, I don't feel so good. Good, you're finally awake.
Amira?
You pushed yourself too hard and developed a fever. Then you passed out.
From staying up late one night. My goodness.
I was having amazing hallucinations.
Sorry, Tara, but it's back to the real world for you. Now, it may take a few days for you to go back to feeling normal. And don't let me catch you treating yourself poorly again, or we will have words.
Okay. You're scary with words. Won't do that. I'm already feeling better, though. Whatever Amira puts in her medicine, it's amazing.
Amazing. So, yes, the story was, my dad described it thusly. At first, he was afraid that he was going to die. And then, after that, he became afraid that he was not going to die. That was how bad it was. So, yeah, even if you know what you're doing, you can still make a
Cameron came to
mistake
me
with the
asking what
mushroom.
he should do if he keeps
Jayden,
hearing disembodied
hello!
voices in his consciousness center.
Oh my. Okay, so Cameron isn't 100% sure what's going on, that's for
But
sure.
I had to tell him I'm not that kind of doctor.
And I don't know if Amira actually knows what Lena told Violet and Tara to do. Like, I don't know if Amira knows why Connor was hearing voices. How are you doing, Jayden? You know it's going to be a good tale when it starts. The way my XXX tells that story, yes. So yeah, we were finding some mushrooms in the mines, and Korako was saying, "I'm not sure I would eat any mushrooms I found in those mines." And you know, um, I've been on a mushroom hunting course, but I don't trust myself for it to do any good because it was in Montreal and I don't live in Montreal. So it's 11:40. Half of our day is
If
gone.
Juliet's hanging out here and Sebastian comes in, she turns red and hides behind the counter.
That's very observant of you.
People think I don't notice stuff, but I'll have you know that I notice a lot.
Guys, so funny. How are you doing, Jayden? How has life been treating you these days? I hope you're doing well.
Founder Korn asked how things had been going in Fairhaven, and I didn't know what to tell him.
So Cameron has turned down a visit by Founder Korn. And Cameron may be regretting that decision. He wanted to show the founder that he was up to standing on his own and didn't need any help, but things are not going really well, and it's all Tara's fault. Well, no, it's not. It's kind of all Lena's fault. I don't know who to blame this on. I thought I might die before, but not gotten to the oh no, it might die. That's scarier. Yeah, it sounded pretty scary to me. I'm glad I haven't been there.
Who runs a consciousness center that gets broken into? That's the opposite of serene and peaceful.
Well, Cameron, you can't actually blame yourself for that now, can you? Do we have anything that can make Cameron feel better? We have none of Cameron's favorite things right now. Ah, well. Poor Cameron. All right. Kiva, what can I do for you, my dear? You
Here's a
have a
question,
request?
fellow newcomer. Does Fairhaven's history fascinate you too? Or is it just me?
Oh, it definitely fascinates me.
Yes, it does. Fairhaven may be small, but it's complex.
The thing is, I didn't really want to encourage Kiva in this because I don't want her digging too deep and finding out things that we don't want her to
My
know.
feelings exactly. So many people from the world over have come to the island. You've gone quite deep into the mines, haven't you? I find that place especially intriguing. There was once a thriving mine operation down there, but it halted quite suddenly not too long ago. If you find anything in the mines that explains the place's history, will you tell me?
Probably not.
That's kind of vague, but, sure.
This rock is mine. Look for artifacts in the bottom levels of the mine and take them to Gibbon. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Emmy and Finn were asking me how my barometer worked, and I thought, wouldn't it be grand to have a summer science camp?
Yes, I think that would be
But
grand.
summer is almost over. At least it should be. This really is an odd place.
We are supposed to be getting ready for it to be fall. Parentese mi verkis primi sperto kiam mi pensis ke mi eble mortis en mia blogo. Oh, en kiu dato porque mi legu tion? Giva, have we got any of your favorite things? No, nothing. We are just not doing well on the presents front today. We need to give ourselves a little grace because we were sick. Sophia, hello.
Cooking always lifts my mood. I always thought that ran in the family. Then Juliet came out practically attached to a guitar.
Yes, Juliet is not her mother. Man, no adults in my life when I was a child were able to conceptualize the fact that I might not be my mother or that I might not want to be my mother. It was very strange. They just kind of treated me as if I wasn't supposed to be anything other than a smaller version of her.
Giva said none of her instruments predicted the rain we just had. I hope our weirdo island doesn't break her brain.
I think it might have been an indication that, like, they all knew her and respected her, which is great, but still, it was it was it was a very odd feeling. Du foje mi mortis ĉe lago antaŭ ses tagoj? Antaŭ ses tagoj, kara. Damne, ĉu vi estos en ordo nun? Mi eble, wow. Ĉu temis pri dronado? Dufoje tamen. Ĉu mi rajtas peti ke vi ne faru tion denove? Antaŭ ses tagoj mi publikigis la artikolon.
If I were a poet,
Oh,
I would
okay.
write entire books of poetry about slop chips. Thank you, Tara.
Okay, I will make sure and read it. All right, we need to buy more fish.
Damon asked me if I would ever date. Ha! Date who? My Helena was the only one for me.
Oh, Bruno. Why don't we see Bruno at the grief counseling group? We still don't have anything that Bruno loves. We need to make some beer and buy a ridiculous amount of tuna. Hello, Lena. Just for one night this week, I want to make it home in time to tuck in the kids, but I don't have any freeze time incantation. I can help you with that.
Oh, you're so thoughtful, Tara. I'm glad you're around.
Well, I'm glad you're glad, thank you. That's kind of you to say.
This shop has been in my family for 5 generations. Well, maybe longer if you count my ancestor Helga Dahl's shop that stood on this spot. It burned down in the Great Fairhaven Fire of 1817.
Oh no, that sounds terrible. Was Helga okay?
I think I've heard this story.
Oh, yes, she was acquitted.
That's not what I...
The constable thought she started it, but he had no proof, did he?
Uh-huh. Women who are troublemakers from 18, what did it say? 1817? Is that what it said? I don't remember already. We are buying a ridiculous amount of flour to go along with that ridiculous amount of fish so that we can make a ridiculous number of fish fingers. All right. My normal day rhythm is completely
Hey,
interrupted.
Wesley, I got your order ready, same as last week. I don't know where you put it all. Or maybe you're making dinner for a special someone?
Nope. That really is just for me.
Nothing wrong with an appetite. Want some veggies? Oh no, he's not going to take that kindly. Don't put him on the spot. Okay, so am I going to defend him, be aggressive to Wesley, or be aggressive to Kim? I don't like any of these choices. Yes, he is somewhat lycanthropish. How do we say? Nothing wrong with an
There's
appetite.
nothing wrong with having a healthy appetite, Kim. I've always got some snacks packed in my bag for extra energy.
Thanks, Tara.
Is it true that sometimes you keep whole containers of soup in there?
It is true.
I know Kim's just teasing me, but to be honest, I do miss being able to go out to a nice dinner with friends.
You see his pointy teeth, Jason.
I look forward to an evening of great food and good conversation.
Hey, I would be happy to join you for dinner anytime, even if you are feeling a bit buzzier.
I might take you
I
up
love
on
this
that.
angle. I've never seen that side of that building, and I don't know why do I care, but the light is lovely. I mean, it doesn't match the time of day. This is very much golden hour lighting, but it looks nice. All right, we are now good friends. All right, we are looking for a conch shell. Please, may the RNG be with me. I need a conch shell. I found a shell. I will not say no to a banana. Oh, our magic pick it up potion has expired. Let's see, what can we do here? I forget how to do things. I go here, I push that button, and summon small things.
Things I want but don't yet have. Get off the ground and in my bag.
Alright, here is a shell. It's just not the kind of shell I wanted. Shelby! Hi! Did you find any conch shells?
Hope this drought ends soon. Heat makes people ornery. Livestock, too.
Oh, I
One
gotta take
summer,
care of my
my
chickens.
cousin Christoph got so bored, he tried wrestling a goat.
No.
How did that go?
About as well as you'd imagine. And he smelled so bad after, his ma refused to let him back in the house.
Huh.
He had to sleep in the barn that night.
Oof. Alright. He doesn't. I'm sad. We do need mandrakes. And I won't say no to buying the rest of his stock. And here's the thing, guys. I want to see if he likes the stew recipe that I just learned how to make. What is it? This. No, cream of mushrooms. I thought I had a stew recipe. I swear I had a stew recipe. Matzo ball soup. I just made the recipe, and I just had the recipe. I learned the recipe, but I didn't make the recipe. We'll try cream of mushroom soup and see if he likes it. I think he likes stew.
Why are you so kind to old Shelby? Thank you.
That's not as excited as he ever gets, so probably that was not one of his favorites. I think probably not a favorite. Let's check. It would have told us, right? Right. All right, fish stew, bread pudding, and 2 other things that I think might be stew. Oh well, okay. We're very happy about the banana, even if we didn't find the shell we wanted, because the banana, don't ask me about the logic in this game. The banana is how you make yellow dye, and yellow dye is how you make green dye, so
How are
it's
your
all good.
crops doing now, Thomas?
That spell of rain helped, but too much more right away might mean my topsoil washes away. When the soil is too dry for too long, it can't take a lot of water at once. It would be better if harvest season comes soon. Summer's almost over, so don't go leaving your crops in the ground. The fall air will shrivel them right up.
Korako, I didn't catch that. Well caught, sir. All right, we are okay. I want to see if he likes the fish. No, not fish stew. He's a vegetarian, right? Do we have? We should have given him the soup that we gave to Shelby. Do we have? That's got chicken, right? No, he won't like that. I think he likes vegetarian things. Let's see. Cauliflower soup. Let's try the cauliflower soup on him.
Well,
Maybe?
now.
No.
I don't mind this.
Not a winner.
Don't mind it at all.
All right. Well, we tried. Okay. Let's go talk with our rancher friend. Are the animals doing better now that there's been some
How are your
rain?
animals now, Marty?
I expected Tara to get nervous and say something suspect in response.
Oh, they're doing much better. I was able to refill their troughs and some backup barrels.
I sheared the sheep for some relief from the heat. So now I know what it's like to get kicked in the face by a sheep.
I'm surprised. Like, even experienced ranchers often bring in professional shearers to do the shearing. So, good on you for having guts. I hope the sheep are not needing too many band-aids.
I hope fall comes soon, though. Still too hot for the rest of my livestock. Whew. Cattle get dehydrated so fast in this heat.
He is trying, yes.
Around midday, I've been turning on a bunch of fans in the barn just to get the air circulating. I don't want to think about my electricity bill.
All right, I don't think we have anything that Marty loves. Oh, we do. We bought the banana bread. He loves banana bread. How is his
Hey,
nose not
this
broken?
smells great.
Good question,
Thanks.
Korako. Moo! Indeed. All right. Let's buy a little poultry feed and a chicken.
Here is your animal. Now, what would you like to call her?
Chicken Little, Lefty, Foul Play, or something else. I like all of these. I'm gonna just go for Lefty.
Mm-hmm, that's exactly what I was thinking.
All right, time to feed all of our chickens. And never hurts to bribe them with something else that's tasty. And hello? I can't pet you? I want to pet you. Feathers, I want to give you pets. Bark, bark. The baby chicks sound like Beaker from the Muppets to me. But the grown-up chicks just go bark, 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 bark. Beatrix, how are you today, my lovely? All right, we fed both of our grown-up chickens, and we got two baby chicks. Little Lefty, so darling. Human-made animal sounds are funny. They really are. Oh wait, I was gonna pat you. Pet, pets, please. Pat. So little. All right, Gus, my little angel. Oh my gosh, these chickens are just too cute. Too cute. All right, time for pats, little Gus. They're good for both of us. That's a good Gus. All right, and the kitty cat. Milk.
You still liked that, didn't you, Kitty? Oh, such a good
And
cat.
pat. I say it every time, but the fact that I can pat that cat anytime I want to is literally one of my favorite parts of this game. Okay, we need to harvest our tomatoes. And we can plant some flowers there. That's, well, no, you know what? There's no point because flowers don't go from season to season the way trees do. So I think I should not be planting anything at this point. I think I should water everything that needs water. She's stuck. That doesn't need water. Oh, because it rained, right. Yeah. Let's check on things in here. Nothing needs watering. We have corn, cotton. Oh, I didn't realize I had another jade there. Okay. We're not going to replant anything but trees. And these two are trees. And these are not. Okay, we're gathering mushrooms and weeds. Very grateful for the weeds. Harvesting only the really big trees. Now when Tara first starts out in this game, she doesn't have a very good axe, so she can only harvest the teeny tiny trees. These little ones. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, that was an accident. Nowadays, Tara tends to not do that. More weeds, it's wonderful. Alright, get this one. So my plan for today was to only play one in-game day. But we got the whole cutscene deal because Tara stayed up too late. And that may or may not have been slightly on purpose. We're going down to the other beach and see if there's any blueberries. Are there any blueberries? Nope, no blueberries. Okay, go down to this beach and see if we get any cocktails. No cocktails. Sad. Sad, sad. Okay, I'm a little like, what's going on in my day here? Because I didn't start out my day in the place where I intended to. So everything's out of order. I have like, Tara has a schedule, a rhythm to her day. And staying up late and getting sick put the plan a little sideways. Did we? We really did talk to both of them, didn't we? No, we didn't really talk to Wesley.
Have you ever heard of any other place that has to change their seasons?
Not exactly. But in one of Shakespeare's plays, the Queen of the Fae has a speech about the seasons changing when they shouldn't.
Estas iom malfrua respondo, sed jes, mi provos, ne preskaŭ morti. Denove mi ġojas. Mi
And the
ĝojas
cause?
aŭdi tion.
Too much Fae magic.
Aha, interesting. All right, I haven't gone to check on my red wine that I was making for Wesley, but I don't think it's actually ready yet. Let's see, we bought fish already, yes? We have fish and, do we have fish? Wait, no, these are recipes, not ingredients. We bought fish today, I'm trying to remember. Okay, we have, yes, okay, that's good. Let's see, we can go ahead and sell some fish now and some more fish later, and we'll just be rolling in it, selling fish is quite the exploit. And now we're very rich, but that's okay. It never lasts for very long somehow. Okay, let's go see Violet. How are the flowers doing?
Hi, Violet. Hi, Tara. Wasn't that bit of rain nice? My bees have just been dancing around. Wish it could have lasted, but it will be time for fall soon.
True.
Vanessa seems kind of distant, but I know what's up with her now. She acts that way because she feels like she has to keep going. There are times when I've felt that.
All right, we're not buying any flower seeds from her today. We're not buying or selling any clothes today. Let's go and talk to the mayor. This is the fourth person that we're talking to about
You
the
see?
water.
It rained. It's proof that all this town needs is a positive outlook and good leadership.
But you didn't make it rain.
Good leadership is what is needed to keep morale high and get us through any time of crisis.
I'm sure Tara loves to hear him taking credit for this situation.
Things are getting pretty bad. Better help the Coven turn the season as soon as I can.
All right, I'm starting to understand what's going on here. Tara's mouth moves and I hear her talking, but the words were written in italics, so I think that's supposed to mean that's her inside voice, and that Mayor Otto did not hear her say that, because he's not supposed to hear her say that.
You know, the town hall has many interesting artifacts from Fairhaven's history on display.
I wish you wouldn't have mentioned that to me right now,
But feel free to view them anytime.
because I'm planning to steal one of them from you. This one, as a matter of fact. But I don't really want to, yeah, okay,
The
fine.
sign
we'll use
says
that.
it's an ancient stone covered in runes? So cool.
So that is the key to the standing stones. All right, we're not gonna take any of those bulletins. Hello, Vanessa.
Thank you for taking a chance on the grief support group. That kind of thing isn't easy for a lot of people.
I'm not clear as to whether it is possible to go again. Might be that since I said it was kind of cliche, that I won't be invited back. Kind of seems like that to me. That seemed like a very thank you and goodbye kind of thank you.
Summer's lease hath all too short a date.
That would be
Come
Shakespeare.
again?
Don't mind me. I'm just quoting from the sonnets. That line meant summer doesn't last forever, which is appropriate since it's almost over. Look, it's totally normal to walk around quoting Shakespeare, okay?
I agree, Francis. Again, I do not have any of his favorite things today. That is sad. And we have done nearly nothing to expand his offerings, but I don't see the point of any of this. Like, there may be a point at some point. I mean, frankly, I think we should try to sell him things in order to be able to buy other gems because we need them for magic stuff. But that's the only point I can see. So I think I will sell a few things here just to try and get us a little bit closer to having expanded the store a smidgen. My goodness, we're never going to get there. Okay, it won't be this day. Okay, let's go and see if we can get some more iron ore. Good morning,
So that
Natalia.
new rancher's kind of cute, right?
No.
Of course, he's not really my type in that he's gainfully employed and appears mentally stable.
Oh dear.
But hey, why not try something new?
Is there a word for that? It's like foreshadowing, but you already know what's going to happen, but other characters who don't know what's going to happen make references to the thing. That's a good question. I don't know if there's a word for that. That sounds like something there could probably possibly be a word for, maybe, but I don't know that word. I would like to. All right, iron, we need as much as possible, and that's not going to be nearly enough. I could just buy iron bars? That's the sell. I can't just buy iron bars. I have to bring her the iron ingots. I mean, yeah, I have to bring her the ore to make the, yeah. Also though, hang on, I could upgrade my axe and my pickaxe. That would be a good thing. I can't do it yet, but soon. I mean, not very soon, but eventually. It's a funny trope. It really is. I absolutely agree. Okay, we have seen everybody, done everything in town? I don't think so. Who have we missed? Parker? Oh, hello. We rarely see any of the kiddos.
Back to school soon. Oh, I barely made it through Algebra 2. This year it's trigonometry? I'm gonna fall asleep. And trust me, that's hard to miss when the class sizes are so small.
Wishing you good luck. Have some orange juice. It's hot.
Heck yeah, I'll eat anything when I'm hungry.
Wait. I thought you really liked orange juice. What's this I'll eat anything? Hello. Wow. The kiddos are in here?
Us not having a school bus like the kids on TV means I'm missing out on some prime pranking opportunities.
Did you hear his voice just crack? Is he not a little young for that? Do I not know what age boys' voices start cracking at? Or do I think of him as way smaller than he actually is? Because he seems like a pretty little kid.
Yum. Sometimes my mom says I'm a pastatarian, but can you blame me? Bolognese is delicious.
I do not blame you. I love pasta.
Finn and I decided to use some of our lemonade stand money to buy a rock tumbler. You think if we leave it on for a really long time, we can polish one good enough to sell to Francis?
One what is the question, but it depends what you find. You better stay out of those mines. They're dangerous now. I don't have any of Emmy's favorite things. I thought for sure I had chocolate cupcakes. Doesn't she like chocolate cupcakes? What's going on here? She doesn't like chocolate cupcakes. What? I'm so confused. I thought for sure she loved chocolate cupcakes. What's going on? No. Yes. Chocolate cupcake. We haven't actually done this.
Ooh. Will you tell my mom if I eat this all right now? Because I'm not supposed to. But...
I had a student at one point whose family like changed her diet drastically because she was starting puberty at a ridiculously young age, and it might have to do with hormones in meat and things like that, but they managed to kind of nip it in the bud, so to speak, and she got to enjoy the rest of her childhood.
I just can't wait to visit my brother and baby Malcolm. I might have missed out on some prime bun in the oven jokes, but I'm more than ready to make up for it with cute baked good nicknames. Look at my little cupcake. Aren't you just softer than room temperature butter?
That'll be good, Uncle Angus. You go for it. I did not know that climate change and heat had that effect. Water knew that. I did not know that. I did not. And they eventually went somewhere where it was much, much hotter. But she was already a teenager by then. We do not have any of his favorite things today. However, we always have Parker's favorite
Summer's
things.
almost over. Then I won't have to worry about getting heat stroke on the job. I tell you, sometimes I wish I'd become an IT guy.
We've always got coffee. We've got a lot of coffee in our pocket.
You made something for me? Thanks.
All right, we still don't have what it takes for the barn, but we are getting closer. We're just here to hunt for mushrooms and peanuts and messengers. Oh, we've already spoken with the messenger. And Juliet. Hello. We've actually gotten to talk to all of
Sometimes
the
I
kiddos
feel like
today.
I can hear my dad singing.
What does it sound like?
I don't know. Like a lullaby, I guess.
That's really nice. You know that Juliet's dad was an extremely talented witch, or warlock, I guess I should say. I don't think this game uses that terminology. I'm not sure, but if we have any of Juliet's favorite things, I don't know what they are at this point. Let's see. She likes tiramisu, banana smoothie, some type of pizza. I doubt that it's cheese pizza, because so far I have not, because Sebastian likes cheese pizza, and so far I haven't seen anybody have the same favorite thing as anybody else, which makes me think I don't even want to try that cheese pizza on her, because I know it's Sebastian's favorite thing, and I doubt that it's her favorite thing. I could be wrong, but I'd rather try a different pizza on her. And now that I have figured out how to make cheese, I should be able to make more pizza, but I've always been short on tomatoes. Maybe I should see if I can't buy a bunch of tomatoes. Oh, we're gonna have moonflowers tonight. That's good news. So Ice Age humans would have started puberty later than humans today. Potentially so. All right, let's see. 5:10 p.m. Oh, desperately need to go to Ravenwood Hollow and it's after 5 p.m. Is that too late? Oh my gosh. Hey babe, meet me near the bridge by your mind this Sunday. I want to show you something, Kim. By the way, we're dating Kim. Which, since we're trying to date Amira, I don't know how Kim feels. Like, I don't know if Kim is poly or not. What happened? I just went there and came back. That is not what I intended to do. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was afraid. I need to talk to you during office hours, Effer.
Is it just me, or do Wesley's howls seem to be louder than normal? I think the guy's been in a good mood lately.
I hope so. Do we have any popcorn? We do. This is Effer's favorite thing, or one of them.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much, Tara. These are my favorite.
I love Zephyr's enthusiasm. All of the shops are closed now, and I'm so upset because it's been like, what, 4 days? And I've been trying to talk to Zephyr during her
A
office
little birdie
hours.
told me you'd stop by.
Knowing you, it was an actual bird.
Of course. He sings about everything.
Okay, at some point, we're gonna have to make some more of this peanut candy or discover some more of Ariel's favorite dishes. But for now, we're relying on the peanut candy.
Oh, I cannot resist.
Welcome back. I feel it in the water. So glad you made it back.
Witchling, it is good to see you here. It's necessary for ones like yourself to feel magic under their feet.
Perry is actually sounding fond of us. I thought Perry hated everybody. I could be wrong. I don't really know Perry. But she's just kind of intimidating, and we barely know her at all. That was downright affectionate. Okay, it's 5:50. We need to go to the mountains. We need to go to the mines. We need to go to the coven meeting.
I could eat some food.
Okay. You know what? We're just going to go straight over here and take a dip.
How long should I soak for?
Because a long soak in the onsen is less expensive than 3 coffees and just as effective. So that was worthwhile. Let's see if we find any new recipes. Ah, a decent pile of coins.
I found something. A recipe.
Ooh, what? That sounds weird, and I would definitely try that. No clue. Marmalade pudding. Give a hello. I'm not trying to hide here. I just kind of am struggling to navigate right now for some reason. Alright, someday we will have some berries again here, but today is not that day. I mean, it could be very nice to shake up my usual schedule and do things all in a different order. Could be helpful. I did wind up talking to all of the kids today when normally I wind up talking to none of them. I can't jump over that rock. That's unfortunate. I can jump over a big fence, but I can't jump over a little rock. Don't like that. All right, it's 7:40 p.m. We should hang on. We should go to the coven meeting first. This is not wise. That will take too long. The coven, I don't know how late they meet, but I think we should see them first and then go down to the mines. And I don't know. The problem here is that I normally save and quit right before going to bed. And I think what I'm going to have to do is save and quit while I'm in the mines. And I know that seems really, really weird. But otherwise, I'm going to be streaming forever because of my newfound hack to get to spend a little extra time with Amira. And I need to not do the thing that
The High
that
Priestess
Tara
may
is doing.
seem overly cautious to you, but we've lost too many members in recent years. We need every witch we have to keep the wellspring balanced.
My familiar started clawing at our back door and then prancing over to the couch like it's his. Sebastian's like, why is this cat so chill with you? And I'm like, who knows? Cats, dude. So, how's the, project going?
So, Sebastian, definitely not a witch or warlock.
Can you be more specific?
Tara, don't be so dumb.
Lockpick incantations.
Shh. You're not supposed to say that in front of Amira.
Right. I'm still working on them.
Hurry up. Well, Violet, I'm sorry.
I had a chat with Ariel about what the fairy folk actually want for offerings. These days, even they have modern taste.
Does anyone else in your family have farsight?
More or less. I was born with a particular knack for it.
Well, I wish that we could learn more about what Ariel said, but maybe we could ask Ariel.
As we all find our way, I find it ever more important to take a moment to breathe and show gratitude when you can.
That sounds like a very
It's time to
fallish
change
thing.
the season. Are you ready for autumn?
Definitely not.
Not yet. I'm still gathering items.
The gem you need may be even deeper in the mine, since the upper levels were stripped years ago.
Actually, I do believe I've already found what I needed. Let's see here. Cannot discover it from here. That's all right. We need to run home and do some home things, and then decide whether or not we're going to the mines. We might just skip it. We have not even been in here today. We haven't discovered where to sell our glass. I would assume that there would be somebody that we could sell glass to. You know what I mean? Now, fish leather, fish and tanning solution. Ah, tanning solution is made in the distillery. Mushroom leather. That's what the issue is. I have so many mushrooms, but I don't have tanning solution, so I can't do anything at this tanning station. I got it. All right, we've got a candle. Wonderful. We can make some butter. Lovely. We don't have ingredients to make any fabric. We don't have what it takes. Let's see, we want to make cheese. We can't sew any outfits, unfortunately. It'll take a while to gather the ingredients for that. Alright, our distilleries are down here. And let's see. Essence of copper is ready. Tanning solution. We need, lemons. Olive oil, mandrake, witchweed, or something else. Great. Lemons. I don't know how to get this. Let's make some more rum. We've got this rum. We needed that for recipe. I don't remember which. But I do know that we need to keep a stock on hand of these essences. We've used up some of our gold to make a gold bar, so we can't make one of those. Vodka, we have 2. Rice wine, we have 1. Rum, we have 1. Okay, let's make another rice wine. Unfortunately, that takes quite a little while. I should probably eventually make some more distilleries. Levitation potion. I'm tempted. Let's do it. Once we finally manage to talk to Zephyr about our broom, we're gonna be flying everywhere. I'm so excited. There's our charming potion. We have spirit flames aplenty. Let's make another revitalizing potion. And we are out of ingredients, more or less, or out of ingredients I'm willing to use up right now. Okay. Again, 1 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. Let's make another rum. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Too late now. Now, we are again looking for things that have all of the ingredient buttons filled up from below, but no star on top. And I think there should be 1 drink that I can make. Just checking to see what new recipes I can give a go to. This is truffled mac and cheese. Sounds amazing. But I definitely don't have all the ingredients I need for that. What is this? Pumpkin bread. I don't have pumpkins, but maybe when fall comes I will. Mushroom pizza. Could this be the pizza that we were looking for last night? We could make chocolate cupcakes. We could make cheese souffle. We can make this marmalade pudding because we have just exactly 1 orange. Let's try it. And we can make tiramisu. Let's do it. That's a good use of our chocolate. And we've just used up our last orange, so we can't make that blue Hawaii cocktail, even though we now have the rum that we didn't have last night, because last night we didn't know about the marmalade. And now we've used up our chocolate, so we can't make a chocolate cupcake. But we still can make a cheese souffle. Okay. Alright, so friends and followers, I think Tara's gonna plan to go to sleep. We might, when we start the next stream of Wildflowers next Sunday, decide to, instead of going to bed, go to the mines. But for now, we're going to just leave that option open. I've had a really wonderful time, which is great because I was really, really not feeling good this evening. And while I'm still hurting a lot and really tired, I am so glad that I decided not to cancel stream because I enjoyed hanging out with you all so very much. I think right now, this week, when I was planning to be in Esperanto Land in person with new and old friends, and many old friends from decades, and many new friends, including our very own community members, um, some of whom are there in Esperanto land for the very first time in real life, not in the internet. Um, it's all that much more important for me to spend time with you all. Um, I am going to make an announcement in the Discord about my YouTube comeback, so to speak. I have done some shorts, which I think I might have taken some of them down, if not all of them. I'm not sure. Brappy, hello. You are coming right in at the end. I'm in like announcements segment of the stream. It's so wonderful to see you. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. I love it. Um, I don't know what that emote is, but it's cute. I only see letters, but it looks like it might be an emote. I don't know what it is. Um, so I'm going to make an announcement about the YouTube comeback because here's the funny story, you guys. You're gonna laugh at me. But this thing happened and it just made me smile so much. So I have multiple live streams, mostly in Esperanto, mostly of The Sims 4, which I did quite a while ago. I haven't been uploading regularly, but those have been there, they've been available, they've been searchable. Um, and yet not getting a ton of views, as you can imagine. But I posted a live stream from like a VOD from Twitch, and the feedback I got on it was that my views, and I'm not sure whether it was view time or views, I think it was view time, went up, I kid you not, 16,000% over what had been the month before. Which really doesn't say all that much about getting a lot of views on this Twitch VOD. What it says is I was really not getting a lot of views before. But what you are going to get in that YouTube channel, which you can find under my username, Alena Phenomena, is daily uploads for the rest of this year. It's all planned out and automated. Katie, who is Katie Twice on YouTube, has been helping me. She made beautiful thumbnails for me, and she's teaching me how to do the things, and I'm going to learn how to do some things and help her out as well. We're just having a good time dipping our toes into the YouTube land, especially where it comes to Esperanto. So it's been fun. Thank you for doing that shout out, Korako. That's Katie's Twitch channel. She multi-streams, so you can catch her live on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. She uses Restream to do that. But you can see all of the chat from either place, so it works really well. So yes, my next stream will be tomorrow afternoon my time, so less than 24 hours from now. Oh, I did not mean to unpause. I want to stay paused so that the time does not roll on in game. We're going to look for a raid target. If any of you all have any suggestions, you are free to let me know. It's slightly more difficult to do raids when I'm streaming from mobile. Let me say again, thank you so much to Pyrus, who came in with his friends and raided. It's always so nice to see friends. My mobile rating is not helping me out very much today. We've got Our Chicken Life, who is streaming. Summer is Here. If you wanted to see chickens, we could do that. That would be, I guess, if I had to choose any of these short number, that's options here. There's also Claire Picks, who I always go and hang out with, so that's where I'm going to hang out. But if you guys want chickens, you can have chickens. Schnaff and Claire are streaming. So I've raided them both really, really recently. Maybe I should raid the chickens just to spread the wealth a little bit, but I'm gonna go hang out at Claire's chat. I may like leave a lurk at the chicken blaze. But yeah, we can do that. Whichever you like. Do you have any preferences? Also, Esram music. I do not know Esram music. I'm a little heartbroken that I haven't been able to stream music in a while, so I feel a little awkward going into music streamers because what do I say? Like, am I a music streamer right now? No. Do I wish I were? Yeah. Um, I actually started learning a new song last night, and I'm not strong. I can't sing really well, but I can still like learn the words and learn the melody. I can listen to it and sing along in my head or sing along when I'm feeling stronger. And I discovered um, a musician who I did not know before, and I was absolutely enchanted. Absolutely enchanted. Um, her name, hang on, look this up real quick. Is it gonna come in at the end of this list here? That's a long list. Nope. I want to say Anne Sylvester, but I could be very wrong. Let me look one other place to try and find it, but I am absolutely in love. She's an enormous talent, like Georges Brassens level talent, and why the heck have I not heard of her yet is what I want to know. I do not understand. It's not okay. I'm not okay with it. But now that I've discovered her, I am so grateful. Um, I'm scrolling back through my history in YouTube because that's where I discovered her. Yeah, not finding it. I watched I watched a bunch of music reaction videos to people watching Linda Ronstadt for the first time, people who didn't know who Linda Ronstadt was. And I'm like, oh, yeah, there are tons of younger people who are discovering people for the first time. So maybe that's my story with this person whose name I can't figure out. I'm not finding it. And I don't know why. I'm scrolling up and down and I'm not finding her name, which is odd. Really odd. I should definitely be finding it because I watched like a whole bunch of covers, including her own. Um, ah, okay. Anne Sylvester. Yeah. Of course, I'm pronouncing that wrong because she's French, but I will type her name and then you will know as well because she's worth knowing. Anne Sylvester. Like that with an R-E on the end. Again, because French. Oh, I hope you have wonderful sleeps, Water. And we're gonna raid someone. Did I decide already? I did not. I did not. It's not very helpful. I'm ready to be done streaming. I would like to raid somebody, and yet we have Gronk, Domestic Dan, Resorty, Fruit Bats, Fox Girls, Miss Molly Makes, Claire Pix, and Schnaff, who I've just raided recently. Churchy, Zero Planes, Mr. MP, that violent chick, our chicken life. I'm kind of tempted, but of course they're never gonna raid back. Not that it matters because Claire and my schedule is like I can always raid her and she can never raid me basically. And I don't care. I'm always gonna go hang out there. Zine. Zine is a cool dude. Let's do that. I'm gonna be dumb and I'm gonna raid somebody that's got 529 people because he usually has thousands. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm rating Zine. I'm pushing the button to raid now before I change my mind because I'm definitely going to change my mind if I don't push this button. Anyway, check out Anne Sylvester. She's amazing.